Hi, and welcome to another episode of Exclusive with Shirley Murphy. This program is specially designed to celebrate personalities, to give you and as many that have a story worth inspiring the opportunity to share with the world their stories, their journey, and of course, in order to get ignited, to be inspired, and to become louder with your voice, because that voice is your power. Guess what? This is where the conversation begins exclusively on Exclusive with Shirley Murphy. So join us and let's take you on a journey with our special guest every episode of the show, where you'll be inspired, you'll be challenged, you'll be educated, and of course, informed. As you are joining in, don't forget to follow us, like, comment, and of course, share. And please also subscribe to our YouTube channel. The link is going to be in the comment section. Today's episode of the show, I have with me a very phenomenal guy, a pragmatic leader, passionately ready to lead and protect the interests of Akwa Ibom people in the United States of America and also back home. It will be so amazing to have him share with us about his dream for Akison. And also don't forget to get your notepad and pen so you'll be ready to take notes. Today, I have the privilege, the honor to interview the national presidential candidate for Akison USA, in person of engineer Dr. Mbong Ekiko, a visionary innovator and an accomplished president of the sunny San Diego chapter of Akison USA. Mbong Ekiko isn't just a candidate. He embodies a dynamic force of positive transformation. You can see, the charisma, the way he's sitting, It stands ready to pave the path as a transformational national president of Akwa Ibom State Association of Nigeria Incorporated USA. So join me and welcome my guests. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Shirley Murphy. I appreciate the opportunity to engage on your platform. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to the engagement, and greetings to everybody out there that's tuning in live. Thank you so much.
All right. You are most welcome. So now I just tried to, give a bit about who you are, let people have a feel about who is coming in to talk to them. But right now, like I usually say, let's hear from the horse's mouth. Tell us more about your journey, from where you started, from back you're growing up, just give us something on how you got to where you are.
Thank you very much. Delighted to do that. Again, for those who don't know me, I'm engineer Dr. Mbong Ekiko. Son to Chief and Mrs. Ekiko. They immigrated to the U.S. And so my journey, I was born in New York, in the USA. Went back, did secondary school, high school, as we'll call it, in School of Arts and Science. So my passion and my joy for technology innovation started at an early age. So my early childhood was in Denver, Colorado, the Rocky Mountain, the Mile High, Denver, Colorado. That's where I went to college as well. I attended the University of Colorado in Boulder. Go Buffs, for those Buffaloes out there. So my undergrad in engineering and a master's in engineering, both at the University of Colorado. And then I did my doctorate in business and organizational management. I am married. My beautiful wife, Dr. Ekiko, I know Ekiko as well. She's a nurse professionally. I have four wonderful kids. My oldest is a freshman in college and playing football and studying mechanical engineering. The second one is just wrapping up high school. He's going to start this fall as well, doing computer engineering and artificial intelligence and playing football as well. My third son, Kemfon, he's a freshman in high school. And then my daughter, Dara, she's a middle schooler. For those who came to the convention last year, they saw her greet our community with power and authority, and really, really, really awesome. So I'm in the aerospace engineering profession, engineering leadership. from a professional perspective. And then for the Akisan journey, so I've been involved with Akisan for 20 years, 15 years in leadership position, increasing leadership position. I helped start the chapter in Denver, Colorado, Akisan chapter there, Planet Akisan flag. Denver is the highest elevation in the US, so we call it the Mile High, so we planted the flag there. That chapter is still thriving today. I moved to California and opened the one in San Diego. San Diego is called America's finest city. So we also have an Akisan, vibrant Akisan chapter in San Diego. I served in a lot of committees, the Budget and Finance Committee as the secretary for Akisan. I served as the chair of the Emergency Trust Fund Committee. I served in Policy and Constitution Committee. I was the 5-time member of the Convention Planning Committee. Convention is one of our most complex productions in the association's history. So served in that role, including hosting the immediate past convention in San Diego. And then I was also a 2-term speaker of the Council of Chapter Presidents. This is where all chapter presidents in San Diego, in the US, come together. We are the kind of the policy-making entity for Akisan. And so I served in that community for 2 terms, finished the first term. I got elected to serve in the second term as well. So that's kind of a quick rundown of my journey for that question. So thank you for that.
All right. Yeah, we can see that you've come a long way, and I can see the passion, in the way you're talking. You're passionate about the people, passionate about, bringing about positive change. And that brings me to my next question. Your dream for Akisan. Can you tell us, what is it about? Is it about those kind of dreams where we'll lie down at night? Is it that they would want it, they're dreaming? Or what kind of dream are you talking about here?
Well, thank you for that question, Shirley. The first is, first I got to thank my team, my campaign team, just absolutely amazing. They came up with this strategic themes called the Dream. So we're Dream 2024, the Dream Team. And this is not just a play on words. This is impactful. It means something. It enables all facets of transforming Akisan in the future. I'll run down that real quickly. First one is D. D is developing deeper partnership and collaboration with all Akisan stakeholders, whether it's the board, whether it's the escrow, whether it's the Council of Chapter Presidents, whether it's general membership, whether it's folks like you, even collaborating with the international community, our women, our strong, vibrant, energetic women's wing, our youth and young professional wing. We have a lot of subgroups, partnering with all our subgroups out there, partnership with the state government to drive value to Akisan, superior value to Akisan. So that's the D. R is around our constitution. That's the governing body of how Akisan is ran. So we will respect and uphold that constitution and really use it to drive and govern the association. I'm excited about E, and I will talk more about that in your programming today. And that is how we take Akisan and elevate it to the next level so that it's been around for 37 years, so that it survives the next 37 years. And that brings me to A, which is around attracting, encouraging, developing our youth. If we're going to hand these associates in the next generation, they got to be part of the journey. They got to be part of the process. So that's what A is. And then M is around diversity, equity, inclusion, transparency, accountability, and fairness. To me, that's kind of the foundation of it all as we try to, transcend the association. But I did want to take a few minutes to talk about, people might not know Akisan. It's really a nonprofit organization for mostly individuals in the U.S. diaspora. It is a way that we bring together a community through unity, collaboration, partnership, and really drive a rich cultural heritage forward. So like I said, it's been around 37 years. We have chapters we have 37 chapters across the US. And we host a convention every year. We'll be doing the 37th one in the Music City in Nashville, Tennessee this summer. But for us, it's around how do we continue to disrupt ourselves? How do we continue to transform to be able to help us continue to drive association forward? while maintaining that rich cultural heritage. So I want us to really transform it to a true professional entity where we could mentor and network and develop people. I want us to elevate it to a global entity today, so we're just the US, but the vision is to drive it, the dream, to the, global entity where we could partner with Aquabomites all over the globe to help drive revenue. One of the biggest challenges with the association is financial. So I want to optimize our financial systems to ensure that we really have the integrity, the transparency for the system. We got members everywhere. I want to bring in applications to be able to manage the members so members could log in, look at financial documents, look at reports. I want to strengthen our defense system. We've had situations in the past. So how do we strengthen Pakistan legal defense? I want to turbocharge fundraising. We normally fundraise just once a year at the convention. I want to start up a strategic fundraising and sponsorship committee that will allow us to really drive fundraising all year round to help us really execute on our projects. And so you can see my tagline up top that says,
I'm gonna come in there.
Yes.
But I know that if I allow you, I can see that, it's right from the inside. You have so much to offer. So
plus I was a speaker of the Council of Chapter Presidents, so I was, designed to be speaking. So you're right.
I want to allow you
to
pause there.
Okay.
I want to ask you this question because, of course, as a woman and for the fact that we've seen, in different sphere where we have a leader coming in and giving all the promises, and after everything, we just see that women are being sidelined. Now, of course, I have to protect my community right now. So how do you intend to drive inclusion? I know you've talked about it, trying to tell us a bit about the dream, what the dream means, the D, the R, and all of that. But I need specific, people would like to work with, let me hold something at hand. How do you intend to drive inclusion, particularly giving women the enabling environment, the enabling support, an opportunity to thrive in your leadership? Because women makes the world go round. Without a woman in your leadership and giving her everything she needs, I don't know how you're going to do that, but I want to hear from you because I know other women out there will also want to hear, from you.
No, absolutely. And also really, really timely. Before this meeting, I was just meeting with the strong, powerful, vibrant Akisan Women's Wing. So I was in there. They had their annual meeting today. So it was a timely meeting. I left that meeting to come into this one. I was there really soliciting the women's support and also talking about this very topic. So like I said, two elements of my dream addresses this: to develop deeper partnership and collaboration with all stakeholders, including the women's wing, and then maintaining, exemplifying diversity, equity, inclusion, accountability, and transparency, which includes the women. But most specifically, I was part of the Policy and Constitution Committee that changed the National Secretariat, where you could bring talent from anywhere to serve on a cabinet before everybody had to come from the same chapter. So with that, I want women serving in the National Secretariat in my administration. They're going to hold leadership roles in the National Secretariat. I want them serving in committees. We have a lot of different committees. So critical committees, I want them in that leadership roles. Projects, as we design projects, I want to make sure that they're in front of projects and leading those as well. But that's what I plan to do. But I'll share what I have done. So as the chair of last year's convention, one of the things I brought, was instrumental in bringing was a technology innovation summit. We had powerful women panelists on that. I brought in really impactful women across the board to participate in that engagement. I had women as part of the planning committee of that as well to help us drive that. But also even in my chapter in Denver, we have my vice president is a powerful, impactful women on that committee. A financial secretary, secretary. So we have a lot of women in San Diego. And you're going to be delighted as I was transitioning out of the speaker. So the speaker of the Council of Chapter President is third in command in Akisan. You got the president, the vice president, and the speaker. I'm happy to say our VP is a female. And then as I was transitioning, I nominated Dr. Roberts, who's now our speaker. She was unanimously voted as the speaker of the Council of Chapter Presidents. So first female speaker. So I intend to really integrate the female community, the women, into my administration. So thank you for that question. Appreciate it.
All right. So, well, from my end, I'm happy that, you have good plans for us. And of course, with that, you're good to go. Now, I want to ask you this question. The present leadership of Akisan has unequivocally done well in the last 4 years, which I know you're also part of that. And I'm just wondering, I know you've said a whole lot that you intend to do, but based on what has been done, what other thing do you want to do differently from all that? Because I know leadership is about building, on what has been done and all of that.
Right.
What do you think has not been done at all that you want to come into, do differently?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. Great question. Like you said, because of my role as the third in command speaker of the Council of Chapter President, I had a front row seat in those transformations and all the great things that happen in the current administration. But to your point about, where do we want to take the association forward? And that's some of those I've talked about already. First one is the Akisan Global. How do we move from, this hadn't been done. How do we move from Akisan USA to an Akisan Global? I think we do that. You expand the association. It drives revenue. It drives ideas. I mean, we go really, truly global, and Akisan becomes a force to be reckoned with. So one big thing is really expanding and integrating the international community to help us grow. Another thing, I know we've talked about it, but we have to get that done, which is the, I call it Ibom Diaspora Cultural Center. You have an association been around for 37 years. You have the next generation of Akwa Ibomites who may never, unfortunately or fortunately go back home. So we have to have a facility in the US that you could put our culture, so people can travel there and visit a museum of Akwa Ibom power and heritage.
Okay.
That's a big one that I really want us to push. Another one that's never been done, but I was inspired last year. We have Black community, Black American community, some of which have traced their roots back to Akwa Ibom. Could you imagine bringing in that community, engaging with them, bringing them home to come take? So that's another one I really want to do, is driving those Black excellence and driving them into our association. That hasn't been done before. A big one is, everybody hear about it, I call one Akisan transformation. And that is, this needs to be a 21st century organization. I want to transform the IT systems, the networks, the data, the storage, kind of like our website. But we need to be able to log in and manage all our members. So it's a transformation of moving us really digitally. As society and the community moves, so should our organization. I talked about the financial management system. We want to continue to optimize that system as well. We really want to bring in, I call it one Akisan team, bring all the communities together to unify and help drive the association forward. So those are just some examples. And oh, by the way, one of the things that you will learn about me, I'm a very collaborative leader. So I did send out surveys to the community and said, hey, I need you to inform my manifesto. I got some great feedback that we'll use and make sure we partner with the National Council to execute those initiatives in my administration. So thank you for that question. Those were just like some examples of some of the creative ideas that I can't wait to get to implement. So
Okay.
thank you.
Well, I want to ask you this. I know that what makes Akwa Ibomites, to be recognized as one, like when you go somewhere and you see Akwa Ibomite, what differentiates us from others is our language, our dialects. What do you have in mind? Do you have anything, that could help restore or teach our children that are in the United States our language? So that I know that because of course you will say, we're in a white man's country, so everybody's supposed to be speaking English. And then you said, oh yeah, I'm from Akwa Ibom, and you call any of them, any of your children, and you speak Abadie, and looking at you like, what did you just say? So what, what do you intend to do around this? Do you have any plan towards this to, kind of bring our local dialects, out to the fore? Because that's the beauty of who we are. What do you have in mind around that?
No, absolutely. That's a great question, and it goes around the how do we protect our rich cultural heritage. And so this is one, I really want to partner with our youths and young professionals. They have a Instagram that do a quite almost like a quite a 101, and that next generation is all about digital, social media. So there's a platform that I really want to partner with our youth and young professionals where we could put language of the day, daily language of the day, so that community can get in and really learn about that. What it does is it continues to build that community of youth and young professionals, but it also helps us, like you said, continue to drive our language. Another thing is, I say quite a 101, so partnering with leaders. I know there are folks who've written some books as well that we ought to get that to our folks. And then the last piece of it is having a dedicated session. We did it this year, last year at the convention where the youth had a Oculus headset virtual reality in San Diego, and they're walking around the streets in New York. We want to be able to leverage that technology as well. So you come in, it has the cool technology part with it, but when you put that on, you're engaging and learning a language. So those are some of the examples, some of the things we'll be doing in my administration. That's a critical piece of making sure that we don't lose that fact with our language.
All right. I like that. I like that because, we don't have to forget where we are coming from. And that's
Absolutely.
something that easily makes everybody like, oh, no, I can't speak. I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't even understand. All right. So thank you so much for sharing, all that you've shared with us. Now to my next question, I want to ask you. I know you have a lot of plans for Akwa Ibomites in the United States back home. Because one day, I know one day you will come home and it's not just about, representing us where you are. Do you have any plans to also empower, especially the youth in Akwa Ibom back home here?
Yeah, so it's even broader than that. I think, empowering both in the US, both back home, and then like I talked about that, I'm really passionate about that global international expansion, so, but that is something we definitely want to do, mostly around educational initiatives. There's a lot of trades and industry certifications that youth and young professionals could engage in both home and abroad. Things like Google certificates, things like cybersecurity. There is a increasing role in artificial intelligence and generative AI. How do we position our youth and young professionals to kind of pivot to some of these programs? Healthcare services, that's another one. I mean, we have, it's a significant field. How do we help folks to get into the healthcare services? So what you'll see is continued partnering with programs, facilities back home that we could raise funds to help them continue to develop and grow in what I'm calling the STEAM. So STEAM includes science, technology, engineering, math, but it also includes art. That's another area that you see continued focus and continued cross programming as well. Because I think we can get our youth and young professionals the tools they need, the skills, part of our skills acquisition process, things that they could use and help grow themselves. So they're not constantly looking for support. You can go off and do things on your own. The other thing I would add that we'll continue on, we have a very, very successful scholarship program that has been transformed. So I want to make sure we continue to do that. That provides scholarships to every single local government area as well. It's been very successful. It's recorded. You can see. And then the caliber of the recipients have been very, very impactful as well. So So yeah, those are some of the things we'll do to continue to engage the community back home.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, we are almost rounding up. I want to ask you, what is your favorite Akwa Ibom food?
I know there are a lot out there, but the one that I really enjoy, and I could have one right now, is that very fresh catfish, the one that point and kill is still alive. You get it and grill it
Okay,
in okra soup.
with
So
okra.
I really love fish. I'm a sucker for fish, and my favorite being the catfish in okra soup. So that's
Do you
my
know how to
favorite
cook?
dish. Do I know how to cook? Hey, thanks to YouTube. YouTube now you could almost look up anything. So, but I will tell you this: my second son during COVID, Kiko Jr., he became a phenomenal cook. So
Oh,
he used that downtime during COVID to learn. He partnered with mom, and now I mean he's I was like he's not even gonna have to worry. So I got a kid who he could cook with the best of them.
wow,
So
that's interesting. Okay, so we are taking this down to a close. Before we go, can you please share what your words of wisdom would be to Akwa Ibomers in the United States and around the world?
first, Shirley, I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity to use your platform to connect with Akisan community, Akwa Ibom community globally. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciated it. I really enjoyed the session. I mean, this is part of the highlight, is really engaging with our community. So thank you so much. From an advice standpoint, it's really around how do we continue to unite as one Akwa Ibom community. Others do it. You look at different communities, they do it. And when you come together as one unit, foster that togetherness, that partnership, that collaboration, we become a force to be reckoned with, a force that could really move mountains. So my big word of wisdom, let's love one another, let's care for one another, let's partner, let's drive that unity, that strong bond of a Akwa Ibom community. When I talk about taking Akisan global, that's what I mean. We're all over the globe, and if we can come together as one Akisan community, we could move mountains, we could impact lives, and we could help do a lot of really great things. So that is my big advice: is please, love one another. Let's drive that unity. Let's drive that togetherness. Let's drive that partnership, and more important, that cross collaboration across the, both diaspora and back home. And then one thing I like to say, it's my tagline. You can see it on top of my screen. It says, "The future never just happens; it is created." So I'm asking a Akwa Ibom community all over the globe, together, let's imagine that future Akisan, and let's partner to go create it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for the platform. And I really do enjoy this. So thank you so much.
All right, you have heard it all. You can see the passion, in the way he's delivering his message. In fact, I know that if I give him, the next 1 hour, he won't be tired of releasing, pouring out what he has, for Akisan. And you've heard him say collaboration is key. Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. In fact, it has become the new currency for greatness. As he has called out, let's come together and make Akwa Ibom community, Akisan community, to become the best that we can make it become, because we can't do it alone. He won't do it alone. So you need everybody to come together to make it work. And that's all we can take on today's episode of the show. Before I let you go, I want to invite startups, business owners, entrepreneurs, industry experts to a new program put together by GLIM. GLIM is Global Labor Event and Business Magazine. We are coming up with a networking experience, a global networking event. This is going to be the best networking experience for your business, for your brand. Come and unlock global opportunities for your business. When you think visibility, you think global platforms, and this is where you should be. It's taking place in July 26 to 28. Details will be in the comment section. Come and grow your brand on a global scale, because that is what you need. Whatever you're selling, whatever you're doing, whatever you have that you're providing solution, Glenn networking experience is the key for you to come in and showcase to the world. And that's all we can take. Once again, today's episode of the show, I hope you were inspired to take action. If Engineer Dr. Mbong Ekiko can do amazingly, he has been leading passionately. You can see with the way he is talking with all the boldness, you too can do it. You can inspire, you can impact, you can change the world for good. Join us same time, same channel for another episode of the show. And please, for sponsorship, advert placement, contact us on +2 34 81 654 32502. And also you can email us on labostvinonline@gmail.com to feature on the front cover or inside pages of our magazine, Global Labor Events and Business Magazine. Contact us with the same details. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get updates about our shows. Like our Facebook page so you can get notifications and when we go live. Thank you once again for being a part of the show. Thank you, Dr. Mbong. We hope to see you at the other side. Congratulating you for a successful election that's going to come up, I think, around August. I'm right? Okay, so we don't need to pray for you, but you need prayer. But all I'm trying to say is you have all it takes to get it done. So go win, go conquer, and we celebrate together. Thank you once again. And bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a nice evening. Thank you.